Hey everyone, today's question comes from Stacy in Colorado. She had called and left me a voicemail on speakpipe/endurancehour.com, and she had some questions about swimming, specifically breathing. She's training for an Ironman. She feels like she's a little bit behind because of the swimming portion. And after seeing her swim video that I just did a free analysis for, I wanted to discuss various aspects of the freestyle stroke related to breathing. So when you're just kind of a newbie swimmer, you have to be able to breathe. That comes first before you can learn mechanics. There's 4 things that affect your breathing and mostly cause breathlessness. Number 1 is overly kicking. If you use your legs too much, there are bigger muscles. They're going to use more oxygen. They're going to increase your breathing rate. Number 2 is if your legs are sinking. Number 3 is if your balance is off and you're dropping your arm while you rotate to breathe. And number 4 is not exhaling right before you inhale. And looking at her video, it was interesting because when she was going easy effort, her breathing was every 3rd stroke and it looked pretty good. When she was trying to go hard, she started breathing every 2 strokes, a little bit too frequently. And I could see that when she was trying to go hard, she was kicking too much. She was dropping her arm when she was breathing and possibly not exhaling and inhaling timing wise. So first thing I wanted to speak with is, learn to use your upper body to pull yourself through the water and try to kick less so you don't get your heart rate up so high, and maintain a less frequent style of breathing, because sometimes exhaling and inhaling at that frequency could cause you to hyperventilate and cause breathlessness. And another thing I wanted to point out specifically to Stacy, and you might have this problem as well, is when she tried to go fast, her arm turnover increased, her breathing frequency increased, and her kick increased, but her time was not faster. She was actually a second slower, and she took 1 more stroke at her hard effort compared to her easy effort. So when you're trying to get faster in freestyle, technique comes first. Once you have a new technique, you want to work on your arm strength with that new technique. Arm strength is pulling the greatest amount of water with every arm stroke. And then once you're efficient and confident and stronger, then you work on increasing your arm rate turnover and you will go faster. But when you increase your arm turnover to go faster, you don't necessarily want to increase your kick, and you don't want to lose technique and distance per stroke. So definitely is a process. That's why I encourage athletes to swim frequently with less duration, but more time in the water. It's better to swim 3 times a week for 20 minutes than it is to swim 1 time a week for an hour. The more time you're in the water, the more you can work on the various aspects of breathing, the various aspects of your stroke. 1 day a week you can spend 20 minutes on breathing. The other day a week you could spend 20 minutes on balance and recovery. And then the 3rd day a week, you can spend 20 minutes on hand entry, underwater catch and push. So the frequency of swimming is really important. So you can break the stroke down and just work on 1 or 2 components at a time. And then add that up over time, you'll be able to start to work on maybe 2, 3, or 4 things at a time, and it'll start to click. So it's so important to swim frequently, especially if you're a beginner, more time in the water. You only use your breathing, your swimming breathing while you're in the water. You can't mimic that on land. So again, I want to thank Stacy for the question. Hopefully this helps. And anyone else who has questions, post it on my Facebook page, T2 Coaching. Leave me a voicemail, speakpipe.com/endurance hour. Send me an email, whatever's, easier for you. I love questions and I love to answer them. So make it a great day and a great week.